Hi there, I have
Hi,
Rosalind Warner with GECCO today. And Rosalind, how are you?
I'm doing really well. How are you?
Good, good. How about you tell us a little bit about GECCO? What is that?
So GECCO stands for the Global Empowerment Coalition of the Central Okanagan. Um, we are a chapter of the BC Council for International Cooperation, which is a provincial organization, but also operates at multiple levels, everywhere from the local level, they have chapters all over the province, up to the global level and the national level. So the organization is a network of organizations. So other organizations become members of BCCIC, and we are one of their chapters who operate here in the Okanagan. As far as our mission, what do we do? Well, our mission is we connect, we educate, we motivate. We're interested in getting people to think more deeply about transformative change in the Okanagan community. We're focused on the Sustainable Development Goals, which were global goals developed by the global community in 2015, and which help people to work towards thinking about people, planet, prosperity, and developing a better future in which no one is left behind. We work together with Global Citizen Events on a series of projects and events throughout the year. We also participate in BCCIC events as they come to our neighborhood. And, we work closely with a similar mission to educate, entertain, and inspire Okanagan citizens to get involved and get engaged in change in their world. And so our view is a positive one. We think that progress can be made on these issues. We want to work closely with youth. We want to work closely with other organizations that are operating in the same area. And specifically in terms of the types of projects and events that we do, last year we were involved with Global Citizen Events working on Taste of Home, which many of your viewers might have attended in the past or been a part of. Taste of Home is a food and cultural celebration extravaganza, we call it. Ethnic food vendors serve their tastings in a marketplace style event. We also have a lineup of cultural performers on stage to entertain the crowd. We also have had along with that, events where people can get to know people from different cultural backgrounds, languages, and beliefs, and to see a little bit beyond our little insular neighborhood of the Okanagan. Last year, we were also involved with the play The Walk, which was a drama production highlighting the important issue of human trafficking and raising awareness about groups that are working with women in the community. The Global Schoolhouse is an interactive drama production. It's an immersive experience for children in grade 6 and their teachers that helps kids discover why kids around the world can't go to school and what the challenges are for them. So that's one of the Sustainable Development Goals, education, which we see as really core to our mission. Other events include things like Global Music Fest or cultural events. We also were involved in the Now is the Time Sustainability Fair, where we brought together local nonprofits, social enterprises, and also businesses who were operating in the area of sustainability and asked them to share a little bit about their work with the community. So GECCO is involved in a wide range of projects here locally. And we're really interested in reaching out to the community and helping people to engage more closely with the Sustainable Development Goals.
Yeah, I think you guys do a really great job actually of connecting people and young people especially to our larger world and what's going on and how we can actually all make a difference if we do our part kind of thing. So we had the pleasure too of working with you guys with the Sustainable Development Goals with the Volunteer Fair last year. Unfortunately, our platform's a little bit different this year, so I'm glad we get to briefly touch on it, and people can definitely go and check those out and see where they can have an impact and what they're all about. I'll make sure I put that up on the screen as well.
Yeah.
So how do volunteers make an impact with your organization?
Well, we are an all-volunteer organization. We have a very small steering committee, only 6 members. So the steering committee takes care of a lot of the organizing. We can we aside from our events, we're always looking for people to, whether it's signing up for our newsletter or whether it's getting involved with our social media side and helping us to spread the word about important issues to all of us, things like climate change and education, the needs of women and girls in our community, the need for gender equity, inclusion, and as KCR works very closely on is creating respect for people from different cultures. An important part of that is the Sustainable Development Challenge, which asks middle school and high school students to develop a project that they can put into place either locally or globally, working with partners to make a solution to a problem that might otherwise seem really overwhelming, and to think about the Sustainable Development Goals as a framework for that. How can we develop a project, for example, to reduce the amount of plastic pollution that we have in our society? Or how can we contribute to the opportunities for homeless people? Those are the kinds of things that past students have worked on. And so the Sustainable Development Challenge is a big part of that. We would ask people to, follow along with us, check our website, get involved, even just sign up for our newsletter. We try to let the public know what we're doing. We try to keep people engaged with what we're doing on a regular basis, and to consider what individuals can do to be part of a larger solution.
Great. You might not have the answer for this now, but you mentioned the Sustainable Development Challenge, and I was thinking we do have some restrictions and things with COVID-19, but I was thinking there probably is a way that you can continue to have the middle school students participate in the Sustainable Development Challenge this year. You're planning to do that again?
Yeah, we're still in the planning stages and still thinking about what shape it's going to take. We are going to be working closely with the school district, and we know that the plan is for students to go back to school full time. So we want to support their efforts in any way we can. And it might take a different form, but nevertheless, we still feel like the goal is important. The mission is important. Students can, along the way, can develop really important skills for operating, as well as develop their knowledge and their experience in how to think about social problems and how to work on them. And I think a lot of us who are veterans, we've worked in nonprofit for many, many years, and there's things that you learn along the way. But for young people, it's new. And so they bring a lot of enthusiasm, they bring a lot of imagination, they bring a lot of ideas, and the journey along the way is just how to realize those ideas. What are the challenges? What are the things we need to consider? Who do we speak to? Who do we include? What does a budget look like? Those kinds of things, right? I mean, the things that we tend to pick up over the years are things that young people, if they start getting exposed to it early, then they don't have to make the same mistakes that we all made, right? They can make different mistakes, but they can take up the cause and if without young people, it's hard to know what direction events might take in the future. But young people, I think, need to be optimistic, and they need to get the idea and the message that problems are solvable. They're not impossible. Just because we talk about something as being global doesn't mean it's distant or out there or far away. It means that there are things that you can do right in your own backyard to make a difference.
Great. Are you looking for any volunteers with specialized skills right now, or?
At this point, we would just ask people to get to know us, visit the website, sign up for our newsletter. There may be, it's hard to make plans, we realize. There may be, though, on-the-spot opportunities that appear as the year goes ahead. For example, we might need help with promotion. We might need help with the marketing side. We might need help with the planning side. Tech skills are a plus for us right now, as I'm sure they are for a lot of nonprofits. But really, what keeps this organization going and what keeps us all going, I think, is the sense of people are in support of these efforts, especially now when so many groups are in need and so many communities are feeling left out, they're feeling marginalized, and it's important to recognize and listen to groups that are working really hard to achieve equality.
You mentioned signing up for the newsletter. Is that the best place to start if I wanted to get involved and volunteer with GECCO?
Yeah, sure. So you can sign up on our website, and we really just ask for minimal information like your name and contact. And then as opportunities come up throughout the year, we might get in touch to find out what specifically your interests are and how you might be able to contribute.
Great. Is there anything else you'd like an interested volunteer or community member to know?
Well, again, just to reiterate, GECCO is a local organization. We're very attentive to what's going on in the Okanagan Valley. We're interested in networking with other organizations that are working on similar issues and problems. And but we do also want people in the Okanagan to be aware that these problems are not unique, right? So we are all facing climate issues. We're all facing issues of social justice and inclusion and education, access to education, jobs, and all of those things. And so that's why we feel like the goals are a way to think about these things globally. Not to think about the globe as this big thing, but to think about how other people around the world are addressing the same issues and what we can learn from that.
Great. Thank you so much for your time today, Rosalind.
Thank you. Thank you to KCR for taking care of this year, and we wish you all the best.
All right. Hopefully see you in person one day.
For sure.